Streamers think working 9 to 5 is easier than streaming. This is a big topic going on all over the world right now, and let's talk about it. This all started after Faze member Plaqueboymax has said during stream, claiming that streaming is harder than 9 to 5. Here's what he said.
A streamer or any face on the internet is harder than a 9 to 5 in certain ways because it fuck you up mentally.
And as you can see, he basically is claiming that streaming will mess you up mentally, that it's harder than a lot of 95 jobs, some 95 jobs. He had more to say about the topic.
Being a face, like being a top streamer, is difficult because of all the shit you go through in terms of like living life. I promise. I'm telling you, gang.
Personally, when it comes to streaming is a dream job. Like what I'm doing right now, my content creating career, I'm just making stuff for people to enjoy and to watch. But I'll admit though, starting up part for your content creating is the hard part. It's the part mentally where you want to think about giving up. Especially if you do get big, you want to make sure you sustain it, make sure you entertain your fans, make sure that people actually enjoy watching what you're doing. Because if you could fall off at any moment, and I agree to that standpoint that yes, that part will be mentally challenging. But when it comes to working 9 to 5, it's completely opposite. Working 9 to 5, you are working under a company that determines how much you get paid. Now, there are some great 9 to 5 jobs, but a lot of those great 9 to 5 jobs require you to go to school, grinding out in a 4-year university, sometimes more, sometimes less, and you are spending over thousands of dollars to go to those schools, which is already mentally taxing on someone that can't afford that. And most jobs, you really can't afford anything. So much people struggle to pay bills, to eat. It's just mad difficult, especially when you work 9 to 5. When it comes to streaming, you could do a lot more stuff. You have a lot more freedom. But he wasn't the only person to talk about this topic, as Cashnasty made a response to what he said, and this is what he tweeted. He basically agrees with him, saying that it's facts and that streaming takes toll on you way more mentally than working 9 to 5. With that working 9 to 5, you could just turn it off since you're not under no spotlight, and that he basically grinded himself up to being a salary manager at Walmart. That is more of a grind, not that much of a stress mentally. He even had more to say, basically, that he's only talking about it by the mental perspective, that he understands that working 9 to 5 is more of a tougher job and more physical job than streaming is, but he just said he's being real. And all I gotta say with Cashnasty, he does have the right perspective because he did work a 9 to 5. I remember watching him when I was younger. He worked at Walmart and he would also stream and do YouTube at the same time. So he does have some rights to understand how it's like to do streaming at 9 to 5. But once again, I have to disagree because he's not thinking about the different types of job. There's so many jobs out there. For him, it was like that, but there's some jobs where you have to think mentally. It takes a toll on your body. You don't even feel like getting up for work. And they're not bad paying jobs, but they're nowhere near the amount of money streamers make. And let's be honest, there's some streamers out there, after they got big or after they got handed an opportunity, they got real lazy because they don't really have to try anymore and they're making money while not putting any efforts in. But we're not done yet, as Imdontai also had made a response saying that streaming is way harder than 9 to 5. I do not care. Be mad about it. You've never even streamed a day in your life. Don't speak on something you never experienced. Shit is harder than it looks. Now, if you're watching this, you might be pissed off in how he just downplayed 9 to 5. I'm going to let you know. I have someone to watch Imdontai. He's clearly trolling, as you can see from here. But I wanted to bring up this topic because people in his comment section did not know that. And this was their response. But as you can see, a lot of people were not happy with him because they thought he was being serious. And I really cannot blame him because if you thought about this being serious at first, this was an absolutely crazy topic. But the thing is, there's a lot of streamers that do think this way. And the ones that do are completely wrong. Some of the streamers that do agree with my take, and we have JiDion, as this is what he said on Twitter. He basically says working 9 to 5 is harder, that not knowing if you have enough money to put food on the table is way more stressful than a multi-million-dollar streamer. That yes, some aspects of streaming is harder, but he would rather be in the position that he's currently in than be working 9 to 5. And thank you, JiDion, for speaking, but nothing but facts. Because even me right now, and I think any of you guys that are watching this would love to be in the opportunity they're in over working a 9 to 5. Thank you, JiDion, for actually being able to speak your truth and now downplaying working 9 to 5. Because there's many streamers out there that really don't understand the impact 9 to 5 has to you mentally, physically. Like it could do a lot to you, a person, and they don't understand that streaming is a gift that many people want that many people are begging for and wishing for the opportunity. Got a final clip to show you of Caseoh.
Not even close to as hard as a real job. Bro, you and me sit here and lie? Like, I ain't about to sit here and tell y'all like, oh man, I'll be working hard. Bro, I don't! Dude, I sit here and stream every day. Do you know what I get to do for a living, bro? I get to hang out with my people for 4 hours a day, bro. I wake up at like 2 p.m. every day, get up, don't do nothing all day, and I sit here and stream, bro.
This is how it's like for many streamers. A lot of streamers don't do anything after they stream. They just chill at home, wake up, stream, go back to bed. And they make millions, thousands for just streaming. And it's like, you cannot compare that to 9 to 5, because 9 to 5, you don't get that opportunity. You can't just get up and go to your room and just start streaming. It's not like that. 9 to 5, you have to go to work. You work under someone that could fire you, and then you have to grind your way to the top. Even when you get to the top and you could become the CEO, you could still lose that position. And I do understand in streaming, you could technically lose that position. You could fall off at any moment. You could get accusation that could end your career. From that aspect, I do understand that mentally why it could be difficult. But for any streamers that generally sit here and believe that you making $1,000 every time you stream, every time you all do a 5-hour stream, 2-hour stream, some of you even make over 10K over a month, 100K a month, millions a year. You cannot sit here and genuinely believe that your career right now is harder than someone working 9 to 5, working minimum, who doesn't know if they're going to be able to pay their bills, don't even know if they're going to be able to put food on their plate. Some of them even have kids that also cost money on top of that. And it's like, you cannot compare that life at all. And I honestly hope for any streamer that genuinely believes that, sit there and think about why do you believe something like that, because something is not right. But how do you guys feel about this? Do you think streaming is harder than working 9 to 5? Or do you disagree? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and follow your boy's page for more topics.